Hello viewers, welcome to Code for Any. If you hear new, hit subscribe buttons and notification bell so you can never miss any our incredible content. SwiftUI taxi apps inside today we need to calls this here the static data API we need to calls and to get this here the response inside the zone list, service list, price list as well as documents and zone document list need to get this here. This gathered data need to save inside the local database SQLite 3 inside we need to save this here the logics are the C. First of all need to create here the insert functions for the specific tables need to creating here. First of all need to open here the second window here and to create here the add zones functions need to write down here. Then after need to one by one so need to creating certain tables insert logics are the set here. First of all need to write down here the functions add zones and to create here the parameters array and to create here the arrow and next dictionary like this objects variables are need to pass this here the parameters. Then after need to write down here the if conditions if this array are the is empty then to return this here and also need to print this here the message and to write down here add zone empty is empty like this print here for this here. Now need to write down here the do cache to write down here the cache cache. Now need to print this here the errors related to insert db table insert error and to give this here the names like this. Now first of all need to create here the insert SQLs need to develop here for this right to write down here I SQLs is equal to need to write down here the db zones dots need to write down here the insert many functions with four conditions. If you any conflicts then to replace this data with this records. Now need to pass this here the array value. You need to give this here. Now need to call this here the array dot map functions need to pass this here and to give this here the objects is equal to need to give this here object and in and to write down here course and to return this here the functions need to write down here like the sets. Now need this here the set here the setters so need to set property need to set here. Now need for the here the zones related columns need to need that's one to put this here the one by ones need to first of all need to give this here the zone id create here the in- input arrow and now need to create here the value objects value for key and to write down here the key names zone id like this past and to optional value like sets here the value for this zone id. Same as need to create here the another columns so need to give this past here the value one by one so need to set this here and to apply this here. Then after need to give this here the zone name and to write down here the zone name. Then after zone JSONs pass this here the zone JSON. Then after need to give this here the city as a city and text property like this. Then after status as a status and after another two columns need to pass this here created dates and modified dates. Same as you need to give this here modified dates like this. You need to set this here the data for the add zones and to configure this here. Then after also need to print this here the log prints db table insert done like this. We need to return this here. Same as need to create here the another functions and to write down here All this here the functions. Try, db, connections, optional. That's we set here the question marks and to call this here the run query and to pass this here the insert. Like this need to block it and to save this here. Now creates here the same functions as a service names. Service tables we need to set this here service data service like this and to set this here and change this here the tb service and to change this here the one by one columns names. First of all service id pass this here as a service id, then service name set here name, then after need to set this here the seat, then after color, then after set here the icons. Top icon, then after set here the gender and to set this here the description like set here the value and to set this here the data related to this service. These tables are the runs. Same as need to create here the price tables, need to copy these functions and to paste this here. Now need to change this here the price, add price like this and to change this here add price. Now need this here the columns price id set 6, and after zone id then after to set here the base branch base charge per kilometer charge, then after per minute charge, then after set here the booking charge, then after set here the minimum fare, then after minimum kilometer, then after cancel charge, and last one is the that. Like this need to set this here and also change this here the tables db price and to creating here the price insert done. Same as need to create here the documents and zone documents need to creating here. Set first of all the documents, add document like this and to write down here the document, also change this here document inserts. Now need this here the documents id name type and another is for needs right like this past, and also need to set this here the db tables document insert this into write down. Same as need to create here the zone document and to change this here add zone document and to write down here db zone document and to copy this here the price data into this here the comma. First of all, need to pass this here the zone documents ID like this. Then after need to pass this here the zone ID, service ID already given. Now need to set this here to personal documents, then car document, car documents. Same as need to require personal documents and require car clearing here. All insert functions are the reds ready and now need to callings inside the API. Need to go find out here the main view models we need to find out and to write down here the one service call so need this here. First of all need to go this here the profile view and to copy this here the any API and to go here and to paste this here like data and to change this here the API name as a static data API and also need to write down here the API names copy here paste this here and to write down here the static data and to that is here static data copy here now need to go and to change this here is token API need to set here false any user can call this API that's why I need to set here the false and to no needs here the parameters I need to remove here and to set this here the fix one parameters last service call times like this past this years. Now remove this here the errors and else blocks like this. And to print this here the errors static data API calling errors or to write down here the errors question mark localized description. Now first of all so need to get this here the data inside the payload object is equal to need to write down here the request objects value for key and to give this here the key dot payloads and to get this here the optionals and as dictionary to give this here the optional value if not gets that is past this here. Now need to call this here the db helper class API db helper dot share dot add zones and to give this here the dictionary array. First of all need this here the payload objects value for key and to give this here the zone list key. This is the gets here zone list array and to save inside the database all data and need to write down here the optionals array and as dictionary if not gets then to blank array need to return this here the false like this need to calling here's no needs now need to close this here's copy same as need to create here for the service and to change this here add service and to change this here the name service detail another copy, and same as need to create here the add price, and need to give this here the price detail copy, and to same as need to create for the documents, add document, to write down here the document, and another's last ones add zone documents, and to write down here the zone document like this. We need to call this here. Now need to run these applications. Before need to call this here the functions inside the initialize. Need to write down here the static API calls like this. Need to call this here and to set here the one brackets and one by ones to executions. And last ones we need to print this here the logs, all data, static data save, done. Now need to run this app. Running here and to get this here the static data response, and to check this here the response. Need to get this here the objects status and payloads. Payload inside need to get this here the phi key. First one is the document list. We need to get this here inside the three elements, and to pass one by one the value like this. We need to get this here the data. And now need to add zones API are the insertings, and to set this here data, insert data are the done. So we need to get this here. Same as another need to create, and to get this here the not to fix this here the error issue for the service related. Need to check this here. Maybe columns are the mismatch, maybe possibles. No column names as a city. Need to remove here. This is the wrong. That's why not working. Need to restart again. See. Insert duns for the add zones are working good with the replace data. Same as need to inserting here the service tables are the data are the duns. Then after the price data are the inserts are the duns, and then after documents insert duns, and last ones need to get this here the errors for fix to get this here. No columns of the minimum pairs. Need to check this here. Need to remove here unused issue. Run again, restart these apps, and to check this here. Set here the final brackets, and last this here documents, maybe name not change. That's why. Insert are done. Save. All data are the saving done. Now need to find out here the SQLite DB path, and to check this cross verify with the database inside the save or nots. Need to check this here. Like this, we need to copy this DB path, and to click here the and so opening here the database, and now need to open this here the database applications here, and we need to browse here the data documents inside need to get this here the data, same as price inside need to get this here the data, service inside the gets here the data, then after price inside get this here the data, then documents wise non documents wise data are the getting here, and last ones is the zone list, all tables inside the saving or static data are the duns, and to call this here the and next. If you like this video, please give the thumbs up. If you're new user, so please subscribe my channels and press the notification bell icon. You can get every new video notifications and awesome content. If you have any question, so please write down the comment section. I will help you and sort out your issue. Everyone have a nice day. Goodbye and take care.